everybody. I'm Bob Schneider. Welcome to the Song Club.
I knew it was a bad idea to meet you here, my dear. 'Cause now that I've done it, my heart...
Well, here we are once again in the Song Club. It's good to see you here on the internet and also in your car, also on the jogging path, also wherever you're walking on this beautiful day. It's such a beautiful day in the country today. Really, it's hard to beat it. Anyways, it's the year 2023, the year of our Lord. And it's, for me, it's March. For you, I mean, you could be in the future. I've talked about this a bunch. There's a lot of time traveling that goes on in podcasting. And, got a fax coming in. Don't worry about it. I'm just connecting to the internet. And the year is 1999. And that's the way I'm partying, by the way, just in case you're wondering. But I want to thank you for being here with me today. I want to thank my Patreon subscribers. Patreonies, I think is the correct term. Thanks for supporting me on Patreon. I appreciate it. Of course, you get so much. You get all these songs you're going to hear today on the Song Club. You get the lyrics if you're in the baller group. Like if you're, I don't know what the group is, what the level is, but karaoke tracks if you want to like get people together and sing karaoke. What else? There's stuff like that. Of course, you get access to the live streams. You're like, oh, what about that live stream last month, Bobby? I said you said you were going to do one. I was. We got hit with some winter storms here, so it didn't happen. But there is going to be a live stream this weekend. If you're listening to it, if you're listening to this podcast when it, like the day it comes out, like the hot fans, then it'll be this weekend. But if you're listening to it in the future, maybe you've come across me late in life and you're like listening to me and it's like maybe the end of the year 23, or maybe it's 2024, or maybe it's like super in the future. Maybe you're listening to this in VR in the year 2028. I don't know. In that case, you've missed the live stream. But did you miss it, or is it still on YouTube? Well, if you're part of the Patreon, then it's still on YouTube. You've got the link. And if you're not, good luck finding it. Actually, that's not true. I think it's pretty easy to find, actually. I don't know anything. I am glad to be here. I'm excited about the new songs that I wrote last month. And then also, we went back in time, as I am always doing in the Song Club. It's not just the songs that I wrote this month. It's songs that have been hanging out in my computer for years and years sometimes, that nobody's heard except for maybe my closest companions, which would be my monkey, Max, my very dangerous, very aggressive monkey that I keep in a cage, and I try not to get near the cage because the last time I did, I lost a finger. And if this monkey could get out, it would immediately murder me. Because this monkey's... I think monkeys are only good... It's a chimpanzee. They're only good for the first year, I think. After that, they become very aggressive. And they will bite your dick off. Like, literally. That's their go-to move. I mean, when you think about it, that's a pretty damn good go-to move. Like, a lot of people... Like, I'm an animal... You're an animal. We're animals. Let's get that out of the way. But we have had a lot of that, like, top move, first move, like the most aggressive move removed from us in terms of survival. Because you don't need to bite somebody's dick off to get some bananas at the H-E-B. But in the jungle... Yeah, and you may need to pull out the old dick bite if you want to make sure you get the fresh nuts in that tree over there. Otherwise, this other monkey's going to come and bite your dick off and get those nuts. Anyways, so we don't have that. But I guess if we did, if HEB closed, I mean, thank God there's lots of HEBs in Texas at least. Because if they close, sharpen your teeth and get ready to bite some dicks off. Because you never know. Anyways, this isn't survival skills with B. Schneider, even though it could be, I guess. No, it's the song club. So let's get into some songs. We got some good songs this month. The first one I'm going to play for you guys is a song called A Spider. And I will say I was in a bit of a mood when I wrote this. I was a bit depressed, as I'm wont to be. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in my late 30s. When I say late 30s, I mean the ocean is dried up. When I say late 30s, I mean everyone, not only has everyone left the parking lot, but everybody went home, tucked themselves in, and they're all dead now. When I say late 30s, I mean Santa died. When I say late 30s, I mean birds have evolved into dinosaurs. Late. When I say late 30s, the emphasis is on the word late. Like, a lot of people will stop at 9 when they're doing ages. I'm going into my 20s. So you do the math. You can arrive at a number, or you can just Google it. By the way, not happy about the fact that you can just Google my name and then figure out what my age is immediately. By the way, don't trust Wikipedia when it comes to my age, because look at this. This should tell you how old I am, not some damn Wikipedia page. This right here. That should tell you how old I am, which is youngish. Pretty young. All right, so anyways, I was in a bit of a mood. I wrote this song called A Spider. Should we just listen to it together? And then once we've listened to it, we'll decide whether we like it or not. I mean, I think we're going to like it, but you never know. Here it is. Debuting here on the Song Club, number 72, A Spider by me, Busy Schnizmizmiz. Already I'm like, oh shit, is this that Janelle May or whatever her name is that was in the new Glass Onion? Because that's what it sounds like.
A spider is a killer. It's got a mental heart. It's made of mashed potatoes. It'll rip you right apart. It has no legs to stand on in a court of law. I thought I saw a putty cat, but that's not what I saw. I saw a spider. It had a metal heart. It was made of mashed potatoes. Hey, Mom, I got the part. Mom, I got the part. Mom, I got the part. Who knows what's going on? It's so hard to tell. I've got my mind made up. Go to hell. A spider is a killer. It's got a metal heart. It's made of mashed potato.
Potato. Yeah, some people will be like, listen to that song, and they're like, But what's it about though? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what it's about. It's just about whatever it is. Just dig it. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, that one's a new one. It's called A Spider. I'm trying to think of what the song phrase was um, for the week. Because I have, again, I'm just assuming that every once in a while there's like a new person listening to this. So I have a thing called the Song Game that's me and a few very close friends of mine who are songwriters. And I send out a phrase every week. Everybody writes a song, and they put that phrase in the song somewhere. It makes it kind of fun to hear how they use it. And here's the thing that's weird about it, or I think it's weird at least, is that I've never in 22 years of doing the Song Game, maybe 23 really, I've never heard anybody even come close to doing anything similar to anybody else. You'd think, oh, somebody will come up with the same sort of idea or whatever. Never. It's so weird, and cool how different everybody's songs are and what they write about. Now, a lot of the time don't even take the song phrase into consideration when I write the song. I just write a song, and then when I'm done, I shoehorn the phrase into the song, which is kind of nice because sometimes it's hard to fit it into the song, and you write something that you wouldn't normally write. So I always think that's cool. My whole thing when it comes to any kind of art, the thing I think that gets me the most is just the unexpected. So I'm looking at a piece of art, and then I think I know what art is. And then all of a sudden I see something, I'm like, oh, I've never seen this before. That's unexpected. And that's what I crave in any kind of art. A video or song, dance. Oh man, nothing better than unexpected dance moves, boy. Now, do I watch Dancing with the Stars? Not on the reg. And by not on the reg, I mean I've never seen it. I've just seen ads for it. But I've never watched it, probably because I'm not an older woman. Does my mom watch it? Yeah. But she is an older woman, so that makes sense that she would be watching it. I'll get back to you though. If I start watching it, I'll let you know. And then you'll be like, oh, that's cool. Bob's doing that thing where he does what old ladies do, which is watch Dancing with the Stars. I know there's probably some men out there somewhere who watch it, who are, in their late 30s like myself. I just don't know where they would be or how to find them. Kind of like a unicorn or a Yeti or something. Well, let's listen to another song. This next song is called Billy Collins. Now, I was writing a very serious, sad song when because some horrible tragedy happened here in Austin recently, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And then, so a lot of these songs, even though I don't really write autobiographically, I do sort of write emotionally, emotionally. Anyways, whatever I'm feeling comes through in the songs a lot of the time. So I was writing a kind of a sad song. But what ends up happening when you're sad and you're writing a song, you really want to make it sad. You really want to make it matter and count. And anytime you're doing that when you're writing a song, it's just ends up just stopping you and slowing you down, and you end up not writing anything very good, I don't think. Because you're trying to get it too on the nose or something. So anyways, while all this was going down, one day I've been reading Billy Collins, who's a very famous poet. It's very funny. And I bought all his books, and they're in my bathroom. And so every time I go to the bathroom, there's a big stack of Billy Collins poetry books in there. And I saw the book, and I just started singing, "My name is Billy Collins. I've got a strange disease. I can't find my feet, so I'm always on my knees," which is ridiculous, but also kind of cool. And it also sounds like this guy that I've been listening to a little bit, Baxter Drury. Check that out. Baxter Drury, Drury. I'm basically trying to sound like him in this song. I'm using that accent. And I was just having fun. Here's what I did. So I went from like writing this very serious, very sad song to just being completely dumb and goofy. And that was way more fun than being sad. Because there's plenty of time to be sad. Plenty of time where you're just going to be feeling sad and depressed. And I don't need to spend any more time feeling that way than I need to. So it's kind of fun to just be dumb. I love being dumb. I think maybe one of the reasons that critics don't like what I do is because I do a lot of dumb shit. And they're like, yeah. And people that are really successful, like Bruce Springsteen, he doesn't do any dumb shit. Jeff Tweedy, he doesn't do any dumb shit. Radiohead, they don't do any dumb shit. They do weird shit, maybe. But they don't do any just super silly. You're not going to hear Bruce Springsteen doing a Cockney accent on one of his albums. That ain't happening. No. So that's why you're here. That's why you're at the Song Club. Oh, hold on. Let me get this there's a little thing here. There we go. That's why you're here. You're in the Song Club because you want that extra juice. A lot of people just serve up that meat. But I'm serving up the meat and that extra juice. All right, let's check out the extra juice that we've got in this banger, Billy Collins. I would definitely call this song a banger. Let's listen to it and we could talk about it afterwards. Oh, damn, already. Like, what? That's the banger, boy.
My name's Billy Collins, I've got a rare disease. I can't find my feet, so I'm always on my knees. Live in California, I'm in the snow patrol. Girl, you got my number, 20 rock and roll. Say, hey, hey, they say, love is all you need, it's true. But it's not the love you get that matters, it's the love you get to do, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Baxter Drury.
My name's Billy Collins, nothing I don't know. Mama was a race, and my dad was good to go. Packed his bag, hit the road when I was just a baby. Now all I did was nice, just drive the ladies crazy. Hey, hey, they say, love is all you need, it's true. But it's not the love you get that matters, it's the love you get to do, yeah. Come on, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's definitely a big go-to for Baxter Drury is the word fuck it. He does that a lot, which is fun. It's fun to say fuck it. It's fun to pretend you're a gangster. Like an English gangster. Lock, stock, and 2 fucking barrels. Yeah, fuck it. My name's Bob Schneider. I'm an English gangster. Fuck it. Bring him in here. Put him on the table. Lop his fingers off and we'll see what he has to say then, eh? Lop his fingers off and we'll see what he's got to say, eh? Oh, he's not saying shit? Lop a couple fucking fingers off his hand. Then we'll find out what the fuck he wants to say. Fuck it. damn, dude, I was getting fucking gangster up in this bitch. I didn't even know I was that gangster, but I have watched a fuck ton of English gangster movies, mainly Guy Ritchie, but also I'm a subscriber to BritBox, bitch. So I'm watching a lot of English crime. When I say a lot, I mean I watched a lot of Poitier. Is it Poitier? Poitier? No. Perot. Dude, that's the way my brain is. Poitier, I thought was Perot. But I knew it wasn't quite. I was like, wait, is that right? Poitier? No, that can't be right, is it? No, it's Perot. Dude, my brain's like a soupy mess. But am I going to let that stop me from creating the greatest podcast of all time? Hell no. You're listening to it and you know it's true. You want that gangster accent? No problemo. I got it for you. Man, back in the day when I was just starting out, back in the 90s, back in my drinking days, I met Susan Antone, who is just a lovely, lovely person and a wonderful woman. And this was back when I was playing with a band called, I don't know if it was with Joe Rockhead. I guess I was playing with Joe Rockhead, but I was also playing with a band called Ugly Americans. And she was just like, hey, if you need a place to practice, you can come down to Antones and practice during the day. So she just gave me the keys to Antones. And we would go down there, and that's where the Ugly Americans practice, was the Antones down on 29th Street. And we're drinking. All of us were drinking. So we just helped ourselves to whatever we wanted down there. And she never said a word about it. We'd probably go through a case of beer or something during practice, but we just practiced down there and played at Antones quite a bit. And there was a reason why I was going to tell this story, but I don't know. Oh, so back in those days, we didn't know it. I didn't really know Cliff Antone very well at all. I'd met him a couple times. He's a big music fan. He would come out to shows and he'd say hi, but I didn't know him. I never got to know him really. I knew Susan quite a bit better than Cliff, but there were always wise guys, gangsters hanging out in Antones. Now, why they were hanging out down there? No, it was real foggy. There was some idea maybe that maybe Cliff had some shady connections to gangsters or whatever, but they were there, dude. Like, you just see them, like these guys that were straight out of Goodfellas, like greased hair, leather jackets, like in Austin. Nobody wears a leather jacket in the summer in Austin unless you're coming from like Newark. And they were just, I don't know, I'd see them around. We'd be playing shows. You'd see them in the audience, like hanging out with like a hooker. And it was interesting because you just like, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of neat and interesting in kind of a bizarre way, just because I've never been a criminal or done anything like even remotely to, like, I've always been a proponent of the Beretta line. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. I can't do any time, so I'm not doing the crime. But I've always been fascinated by people who can do the time and do the crime. I'm like, what is that? Like, what? Like, I'm such a chicken. Like, anything that even remotely is like a confrontation or a sketchy situation, I'm like, I'm out, dude. My whole thing is like, you're right, I'm wrong. I'll be leaving. You stay, I'll go. That's my whole thing. Now, the cool thing is in songs, I can write whatever I want. I can make myself out to be the hero. I can be not a coward. I can be like a ladies' man. I can have a large, voluptuous set of titties. Whatever it is that I want to have in a song, I can write in there. Because it's all make-believe. And then people hear it and they're like, oh, damn, this dude's got some titties. But then they'll look at me and they're like, those titties look like normal man titties. Those don't look like those titties he was describing in that song that he said he had. I'm like, yeah, I know. Because it's a song, boy. I'm also, can I do a fucking spot-on English gangster? Damn right, I can do it. Fuck it. Damn right, I can do it. Just bring him in here. Bring him in here and we'll feed his fucking dick to the fucking pigs. We'll feed his fucking dick to the fucking pigs and see what it's fucking got to say. Oh, he's not talking? Bring him in here and knock my fucking finger off him. And we'll see what it's fucking got to say. Now, yeah. But am I that guy? Hell no, I'm not that dude. I can just play him on fucking podcast TV. All right, fuck it. Let's do another song. This is another new one. I only did 3 new songs this month because I think last month I used one of the songs from the beginning of this month for last month's podcast. I don't know. We had a big winter storm and it really kind of set me back a week. So there was only 3 songs instead of 4 this month, which is fine. And one of them is not even a song. So this next song's called Suck City. The phrase was Suck City, by the way. And I couldn't think of anything. So I ended up using the music for the Hokey Pokey and creating this one. Now, is this song a fucking great song? Yes, it is. But is it a real song? Yeah, it's a real song. It's called The Hokey Pokey with different lyrics. Let's check it out and see if we like it. Oh yeah, I bought a mandolin, by the way.
You stick your fork in the socket, throw your mama off the train, dip your daddy in the dookie, and you do it all again. You're stuck in Suck City and you're really digging in. That's what it's all about. You work 40 hours a week, you do all the work. Some higher up the chain, assholes making all the money. You can't afford healthcare and your kids are always sick. That's what it's all about. You're born in the ghetto, you just don't stand a chance. I mean, you think you do, but you really fucking don't. The chance that you'll succeed is almost non-existent. That's what it's all about. But you're born as you are and your fate's already sealed. And you think you have free will, but you really fucking don't. That's an illusion, no matter what you do. That's the only thing that you'll ever do. You're sold a bill of goods, just a pack of lies. From the time that you're born until the day that you die, that somehow success and money will make you happy. Look at Kurt Cobain, I rest my case. You get the idea, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just kidding, no, I'm only playing. I'm not playing, not even a little. That's what it's all about. Cause you're in Suck City. Suck City. That's what it's all about.
I think the best part of that song actually is the ending. Because it just sounds like the guy got blown up in space. By the way, if you get blown up in space, this is what it sounds like. Zippity dip dap, baby. Like when you're watching Star Wars and you hear all those explosions and those TIE fighters. There's no air in space, boy. And you need that air to create those sound waves. So what's actually happening in space is this. When you're hearing, this is what actually is going on. Zip. Anyways, look, it's not just the song club. It's also the information zone. You're going to be getting some information. I mean, everybody knows that, but I'm just reminding you of what you already know, which is nice. It's nice to get reminded. All right, so now we're going into the way back. So those were the songs from this month. Pretty good songs. But now we get to go back in time, and this is where I have like 1,000 songs. And here's the thing: like people are always asking me, like, how many songs have you written? I'm like, I don't know, close to 3,000, maybe 2,500. I don't know. I lost track a while ago. It's like, how big is your dick? I don't know. I lost track at like 5.5 inches. I lost track at around 5.5 inches. I don't know how much bigger it is after that, but I lost track at a certain point. Anyways, at a certain point, I lost track with how many songs I've got. But when you say you've written 2,500 songs, people just assume, oh, your songs suck, dude, because I haven't heard them. Have you ever had a hit? No. So you've written 25 non-hits? Yeah, you suck. And most of the time, that's 100% true. Like anytime somebody tells me they've written a lot of songs, my first reaction is, well, you've written a lot of shitty songs. But every once in a while, somebody's written 30 good songs. Now that's so rare. Now I've written way more than you guys know this because you're part of the song club, so you know how many good songs I've written. A lot. Now are they all classics? Are they all Bridge over Troubled Water? Is that Suck City song that I just played as good as Bridge Over Troubled Water? No. Is it close to as good? Yes, very close. It's super close. It doesn't suck. I mean, even though it's called Suck City. So I've got a lot of songs that are pretty fucking fun and good. And that's what's cool about the song clubs. You get to hear them. Otherwise, I just sit on my computer. And then I'd tell people, oh, I've written all these songs, and everybody would just assume they suck. And I get it, because that's the way I think, and that's the way I assume most people think, even though they don't. Even though most people don't think the way I think, which is weird to me. And I think that's the problem with most people. Everybody thinks that everybody gets the same information, and then they should come up with the same conclusion that you come up with based on that information. And if they don't, they must be dumb. But here's the thing. Everybody's getting different information, and everybody is translating that information through whoever they are. And then that's how they're coming up with whatever opinion they have. And that opinion may not be yours, and you just have to realize they came up with that opinion not by being like the dude who fucking mapped DNA. They came up with it because they were looking at their phone and they were told this is what to believe. So cut everybody some slack. Cut everybody slack. Because we're just all being told what to think and what to do. And very few people have the ability to look at it and go, I know I'm being told this, but it doesn't make much sense, so I'm not going to think that. Very few people can do that. So give everybody a break. I'm just trying to tell myself that, really. That's all I'm trying to do. All right, let's look at another song. This next song is called I Can't Find It. I wrote it with a friend of mine, Ryan Hamilton. I met him when he was in a band called Smile Small that he started with his wife, who they then split up, but then stayed in the band together, kind of like fucking Fleetwood Mac, but without the money or the fame. They stayed in a band together, and the band was unsuccessful as fuck. But maybe not. I mean, I think maybe they were in like Scandinavia or someplace, like maybe in Holland, like some 5 people liked him or something. Anyways, he's wonderful. His wife was great. Whose name I can't think of right now, which is really a bummer. But God, what's her fuck? Anyways, it doesn't matter. I've remained friends with Ryan throughout this entire time. He's now a solo artist. He does really well in England. He's a very funny individual and very self-deprecating and a wonderful dude and a very talented songwriter and a great guy. Anyways, we wrote this song together. It's called I Can't Find It. And he's the guy that you hear in the chorus singing, I can't find it. Because I'm saying, like, where's the beat at? And he's like, I can't find it. He's really unfunky. The one thing about Ryan Hamilton is he's not funky. Now, is he funky in this song? Oh, he's funky, boy. I do have a version of this where he does a lot of rapping. I think on this version, he raps a little bit at the end. Most of it's me rapping. It's a fun song. We're going to listen to a lot of it. I don't know if I'm going to fast forward it to the end. But here's the thing. If you're on my Patreon, you'll get this song. You can listen to the whole thing anytime you want. Hopefully you are. Hopefully you'll check out the whole song. Here it is. I Can't Find It with B. Schnizzy and Ryan Hamilton is. Yeah.
Where's the beat at?
Oh shit.
I can't find it.
I got my turtleneck, I'm getting my Darth Vader on. I'm rocking this motherfucker like Mickey Avalon. Snuggly woolly mammoth from the future like a robot. Hologramming out the gems like in 21. No. Don't turn my socks down, they deep blue and I'm fresh. Don't mind if you kiss me, girl, but give them teeth a brush. If you wanna take a ride on my cherry coaster, I'll be in the ladies' room, baby, if you dare get closer. I'm a Chinese dragon and I never get the glow. And when I'm on that algebra, you know we'll do it all night long. What? Ain't no timid rabbit, no, that's not the way I roll. I roll like the sea, come to meet you at the show.
Where's the beat at? I can't find it.
I put a fresh bitch up on my kitchen counter. I eat that pussy like a quarter pounder.
Oh,
FDA, get off my dick. I ain't got time for that scary shit. I'ma hit you from the back, and when I say back, I mean I'll be right back from the bar in a bit. What? I'll fan the fire, fan the flames of the fire, fan the flames of desire.
I can't find
Where's
it.
the beat at?
All right, anyways, so you kind of get the idea. Oh my god, that shit fucking cracks me up. Yeah, look up Ryan Hamilton. You will be pleasantly surprised with his all that he offers. He is very nice to his fans, by the way, much nicer than I am. He really panders to them and spends a lot of time with them and goes out of his way to be very nice and funny. And so there's a lot that he's got to offer. Anyways, I haven't talked to him in a minute, man. I got to call him up. I call him up about once every 2 years or something, and we chat for a while. Last time I talked to him, he brought his girlfriend over to my house, who was very she was no nonsense. Let me just put it that way. She was a no nonsense lady. She was smart and no nonsense. And I was being kind of silly because every time I'm around Ryan, I get real silly. And I was trying to be a little silly with her, and she was like, we don't play that way, boy. Anyway, she slapped me right in shape, and I was like, okay. Anyways, I'm sure he's one of those guys that once he settles down with a lady, they usually are together for a while. So I gotta call him and find out what's going on over there. He's from Texas. He lives in Texas somewhere, but he lives in the boonies or something. Anyways, you wouldn't know that. I mean, you might. If you look at a picture of him, he looks like a cowpoke, but when I met him, he was he seemed like he was the manager for the band Sprockets. But now, if you look at him, he's like, oh, I don't know if I'm a hippie or if I'm a cowboy or I'm somewhere in between. Like, maybe shave the beard and get back to Sprockets. As far as, like when you meet somebody, like you just always want them to be that person that you met. Like when you met me, maybe you met me in the early 2000s when I was skinny and handsome. You're like, oh, I want him to be skinny and handsome again. Well, unfortunately, I'm a real fucking meaty bitch now. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm not like a sticky little stick figure. I've grown, like what I'm like the guy. I'm like How to Train Your I'm like the father in How to Train Your Dragon. I'm not the little kid trying to figure out I know how to train dragons. I've trained the dragon. I'm that guy. Except I'm big on top and big on my bottom. The guy in the father in How to Train Your Dragon's got little bitty legs, but I got them big trunks, boy. So I got the big top and the big bottom and the real big middle. So I'm carrying around a lot of weight, which is good if you need, like, if I were to die and you were in a gunfight, it'd be perfect because you could put me in front of the bullets and then you could hide a small family. If you had a family where the tallest member of the family was 5'4", you could hide up to like a 6-person family behind my body, my bullet-ridden dead corpse. All right, let's listen to another song from the Song Club. This one's called Everything Is Emptiness. This is probably the most scientific of all songs that I've done. I'm sure it has a lot to do with this song I heard by They Might Be Giants called... They did a whole series of songs for Disney where they did the different numbers. And they have a song called, like, The Number One. Dude, that song by They Might Be Giants about the number one is so incredible. I've only listened to it like a half a time. I only listened to it once a half a time. But like if I really like a song, that's how many times I usually listen to it. It's about a half a time. But the song basically was saying like one is everything. Like a lot of people go like, okay, one, that's just one thing. But they're like, no, one, everything is one. I was like, whoa, shit, they're right. Everything is one. Anyways, so this song is called Everything Is Emptiness. And I guess it's about the idea that like the world as we know it probably does not exist. Like we think everything's solid and everything's, you know, you touch it, you drop a cinder block on your toe, it's going to hurt. It feels solid. But when you get down at the subatomic level, you realize, oh, there's nothing here. You have these protons and neutrons, and they're like spinning around, creating the illusion that there's something there. But they're not even spinning. They're spinning around so fast, and they're going maybe backwards in time or forwards in time, or like they're in different places at the same time, which is weird. And you can't really understand it with like a normal brain. You have to be like super crazy smart in mathematics to even kind of understand it all. But even then you don't truly understand it. It's just theories and stuff and like fancy number poems that people put together. But really the bottom line is it's all nothing. It's mostly all nothing. Then there's huge parts of space where there's nothing, called black matter. Anyways, and there's no future and there's no past. There's only the now. Anyways, the more you look at it, the more you realize, oh, we're on TV. This is a TV show. And it's all just it's all just an illusion caused by perception. We're like perceiving that stuff's happening. Like, you know, when you're dreaming, when you're laying in bed and you're dreaming about whatever, that you're on stage and you don't know what your lines are and you're about to go on and you're like really worried because you're like, fuck, why didn't I fucking learn these lines? I'm about to go on stage. And then you're looking at the fucking paper and you can't really read anything, or you can read it, but you're not retaining the information. Like, let me just fucking memorize this first line so at least I can go out there and know what my first line is and then make up shit. Anyways, none of that's happening. You're just laying in bed. And anyways, that's what life is. We think all this stuff is happening, but it's not. It's just a dream of some kind. We don't know what that is. You know, we have computers now, so we think, oh, it's the Matrix or whatever, but we don't know. We don't know anything. we just use whatever technology we have to describe it. Like that's what, when they wrote the Bible, that was 2,000 years ago. They were like, at that time, everybody just made shit. If you needed a fucking table and a chair, you didn't there was no IKEA. There was no Furniture Depot. You had to fucking get an axe. And by the way, you had to make an axe. You couldn't buy an axe. There was no Lowe's. There was no Home Depot place to buy anything. You just had to fucking, maybe your dad had an axe that he passed down to you. Maybe it was an axe that was made hundreds of years ago. So you have this fucking axe, and they're like, oh, you want a place to sit? Hold on. Let me go into this forest. Hopefully it's a fucking pine tree. Good luck if you're in Texas. Try to chop down a fucking oak tree with a fucking axe. Good luck. You're fucked. Anyways, you got to chop it down, hew it down by hand. Oh, nails? Sorry, buddy. No nails. Make a fucking dowel? Huh? You had to make your shit. Anyway, so when they when they wrote the Bible, they're like, yeah, God made everything. Nowadays, if they wrote the Bible, they'd be like, yeah, there was a company, created everything, the universe. It's all a imaginary game. If they wrote the Bible today, that's what it would be. It's like, oh, this is a big game that God created for us to enjoy. And who knows what the technology will be like in 100 years, and then everything, all our ideas about everything will have changed. I didn't make this shit up. Some movie I saw. They said all this shit. I'm just repeating it, pretending to be smart. Anyways, all that is to say, I wrote a song called Everything Is Emptiness, where I'm kind of trying to describe all that, but it's a song. So, how much can I really get in a song? It's like 3 verses. Let's listen to maybe the first 2 verses and see if we've learned anything. All right, here we go, class. Pay attention. Oh, shit, the clock's ticking.
String theory is the theory that the universe is vibrating in a multidimensional space.
I didn't know
and
that.
Everything is constructed of these strings. Yeah, that's right. Even your face.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I loved you before I met you. That's my best guess. Emptiness is everything, and everything's emptiness.
Oh, it's a love song and it's science.
Anyway, these super tiny strings that supposedly make up everything can't even be seen because they have only one dimension, length, not height or width. And Einstein looked into this great emptiness and saw a God there he couldn't describe but fell in love with. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I loved you even before I met you. That's what I think is my guess. And emptiness is everything, and everything is emptiness.
All right, that song's pretty good. I completely forgot I had written that song even, and then I was looking for songs today to put in the song club. I'm like, what is this song? I kind of sort of remembered it, but I was like, and then I put it on, I was like, oh, that song's pretty good. But I didn't really listen to it. And now that I listen to it, I'm like, oh, I got to play that song more often. That song's pretty good. That's what I'm talking about. So I've got 1,000 songs like that are pretty good that I forgot that I even wrote. Anyways, I think even critics would like that song because it sounds like I'm smart. It sounds like I'm smart, but I'm pretty sure I just looked up string theory on Wikipedia because I don't know anything about string theory. Even listening to it now, I'm like, okay, well, that sounds like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what any of that means. How can something be only 2 dimensions? That doesn't even make sense. Like in real life. I get it on paper. I know what 2 dimensions is. But, that means if you look at it from the side, it's invisible. It can't be seen if it doesn't have a 3rd dimension. How can that be? It just doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Well, but it only makes sense in the idea that like, oh, well, if that is true, then I guess everything we know is nullified by that. And if that's true, then we don't know anything. Huh. Cool. I like it. Let's just stay esoteric. Let's stay in the esoteric realm and listen to this next song. The next song's called I Live on a Planet in Outer Space. And this song came about when I was talking to my son. He was 4 or 5 years old. And we were having breakfast one morning, and I was like, wanting to kind of find out what he knew. And I was like, oh, I know what I asked him. I was like, do you know where outer space is? Like, just to see if he knew what that was. And he responded, yeah, outer space is where the earth is. And I'm like, oh, fuck. You are very correct, son. Like, him saying that, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in outer space. Like, it feels like you're, whatever, in Texas. It feels like you're in Austin. Feels like you're in your house. Feels like you're having breakfast. But when your son says it that way, you realize, oh, I'm fucking lost in space. I'm in the middle of fucking unlimited, unending, vast fucking space, dude, on a rock. Supposedly traveling close to the speed of light through an expanding, ever expanding universe. What? Time to eat foods. Preferably ones with sugar or salt or fat or all three. All right, let's listen to this song. I do like this song. It's called I Live on a Planet in Outer Space. It's definitely influenced by Fela Kuti. If you're unfamiliar with Fela Kuti, it's Felakuti. The great Fela Kuti. This is me trying to write a song like him. Here we go. Already I'm loving this, by the way.
I live on a planet in outer space. Yeah.
I got this for my birthday from my daughter, by the way.
And all the buildings in heaven have white windows. Do you want some of this? Oh, no, 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 no. Do you want some of that? Yeah. So do you want some of this? No, 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 no. Do you want some of that? No. I live on a planet in outer space. That's all right.
I live on a planet in outer space. Oh, do I use the accents? Do I have an accent? Yeah. Here's what I do when I'm writing songs. I use the accent of the style of song. Now, some people might go, oh, why are you using an accent? Are you racist? What? No, I'm doing the accent so I can get into it. Are you, what is it called are you assimilating somebody else's shit? I don't even know what that means. Am I trying to emulate somebody's style of music? Yes. Why are you doing that? Are you racist? No, it's because I like that fucking music, dude. People are dumb. People are dumb, 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 dumb. When you take art and you try to apply non-art stuff to it, like, I don't know. I haven't really thought about this, but like, if it's art, you can do whatever you want. If it's art, it ain't hurting anybody. It's art, dude. Either like it or you don't. If you don't like it, nobody's forcing you to fucking check it out. If it's art and you don't like it, bye-bye. It's art. Anyways, I was using the accent, whatever accent that was. Do you want some of this? Do you want some of that? Anyways, it was light. It was a light accent. Like if it was seasoning, it'd be like salt light. It was like it was a dash of salt. It wasn't like paprika or anything. It wasn't habanero. Anyways, that's called I Live on a Planet in Outer Space. Thank you to my son for scaring the fuck out of me that morning at breakfast. All right, let's listen to another song. This one's called Gravy. I don't know anything about this song. I hardly remember this song. I just put it in there because I listened to a little bit of it and I liked it. And I was like, oh, this will be good. And then immediately forgot about it again. So let's listen to it together and remember it together for the first time. All right, first of all, the level's low, which means it was recorded a long time ago. Before I used limiters.
It's alright that you're leaving.
Dating times.
It's okay that you're gone.
I wrote this in my dating years when chicks would regularly tell me to go fuck off.
Hold me. And you hold me in your arms. It's all gravy, baby, when you save me.
Oh shit, boy, that's some reverb, son.
Yeah. It's not the words that they're saying. It's not this rushing through the world.
I like that one.
It's the feeling that I'm falling.
I like that.
Always gets me, girl. It's all gravy, baby, when you save me.
Vibey as fuck, boy.
It's all gravy, baby, when you save me.
Damn, that song's vibey as fuck, boy. Well, that's 7 of the 8 songs for this month. Pretty good selection. I don't. I'm not saying I saved the best for last, but this last song is great. It's what's going to take us out of the song club. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. It's been a blast, as always, hanging out with you here. I'll be back next month. Again, you can go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bob Schneider. You can join Patreon today and get all these songs and some other stuff. And you'll also get access to my live streams where I will perform some of these songs live. My idea is to do one a month. I was doing one a week. That was too many. But I'd like to do one a month, weather permitting. So I'll do one this month, hopefully. I said that last month and didn't. So check that out. Come see me on tour. I'm on tour all over the United States this year, as I have been every year since the beginning of time. And also, I'm at the Saxon Pub every Monday night and play a lot of gigs in Texas. I have a book coming out called Fuck All You Motherfuckers. It is the graphic novel of the rock opera Fuck All You Motherfuckers. And I have this shirt here, FAYM. You can, I don't know if you can still order this shirt. It was part of the pre-order for FAYM. If you pre-ordered it online, you've already gotten your book. If you have not pre-ordered it, you might still be able to pre-order it. It comes out officially in April, and we'll have a book release the first or second week in April at Book People in Austin, Texas. So I think I'm going to have another one of these song clubs before then. It'll be the first Tuesday of the month, and I might talk about it more then. But check that out. I'm very pleased with the way that turned out, the graphic novel. It's right here, actually. Let me show you. If you're watching on YouTube. If you're not watching on YouTube, what are you doing? This is the book here, FAYM, which stands for Fuck All You Motherfuckers. It is a beautifully illustrated book by this man, Justin Barker, no relation to the other guy who wrote. Anyways, this is what it looks like. It's a comic book, and shit happens, like real shit. Like, let me get to some real shit here that happens. Like, there's some, look at this. I mean, I hate to be a spoiler, but there's a lot of blood and guts in this. Anyways, it's beautifully illustrated. It's a cool story. Check that out. Come to the book signing at Book People in April. Have a wonderful rest of March, wherever you are. And let's get out of here with a song called Hit the Window. This is a rocker. It's probably the most rockin' song one of the more rockers that I do. Hit the window. But don't hit the window. It's just a song. But have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Here we go.
Bring it back down.